Hello and welcome to Sports This Morning. I'm Cecilia Omogbe.
I am Taya Salam. It's great to have you join us again. This is what the show looks like. We're starting off on a different note today. That's because we've got a comprehensive preview of the National Chess Championship. We've got a couple of guests that will be helping us do just this.
Absolutely. Also on the program, we'll talk about the UEFA Champions League and Liverpool and Ajax. They are through to the round of 16 with 2 games to spare. Liverpool beating Atletico Madrid 2-0. Of course, Ajax completely trashing Dortmund.
Surprisingly.
3-1.
Surprisingly, you'd say congratulations to Ajax, Amsterdam and Liverpool for advancing into the round of 16 with 2 games still to play. Also on the program this time around in the NBA, the Celtics have managed to bounce back from throwing away a 14-point lead in their last game to defeat the Orlando Magic early this morning. So good win there for Ime Udoka, former D-Tigers player who is now the head coach of the Boston Celtics in the National Basketball League.
Great one, you will say, finally snapping that 3 games losing streak they were on. Bouncing back. That's what it's all about.
Bouncing back nicely. All right, we're just going to go through the NBA games for you quickly. Not going to waste much time at all. Let's give you the results of the games that were played last night and this morning. Some very interesting results. 11 games in total, so it was a very packed schedule. So we have wins for the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Indiana Pacers, the Celtics, like we talked about. The 76ers were also victorious on the night, as well as the Toronto Raptors, the Brooklyn Nets. The Grizzlies were also victorious, as well as the Timberwolves. They lost against the Clippers, so good win for the Clippers right there. The Mavericks also won, as well as the Golden State Warriors and the Sacramento Kings. All right, our focus is going to be on the Celtics and the Magic. Cecilia bouncing back from the losing streak.
That, right?
Yeah, for obvious reasons. We're monitoring the progress of Ime Udoka, Nigerian, the first Nigerian African head coach in NBA history. It's only right we do that.
Okay,
Anyways.
and of course, and this morning, he's bouncing back from that losing skid they were on. Being able to snap it is a good one. So it was a rout. 72-79, 92-79, which was really a good one. And of course, we know who had the best of it was Jaylen Brown, who scored 28 points for the team. And he also used 18-1 run at the start of the second half to actually, break open the close game, which was a better one. From there, they just took on and were able to, despite the fact they had some spirited effort from Orlando, but then it just wasn't enough because I think they managed about 10 points at a point in the third quarter or something. Yeah,
so fantastic victory for the Boston Celtics. They had to win this game. As a matter of fact, before this game, there were reports of a players-only meeting, just trying to sort out what happened in their last game where they were leading 14 points in the fourth quarter, and they ended up losing that game by 14 points. So that was a bit of a crisis. They had to, get together, and they talked about it, and eventually they were able to react and get this very important victory against the Orlando Magic. We're going to get the post-game thoughts now of Ime Udoka. Obviously very delighted with the victory, and also clarifying that players-only talks.
Good intensity. Talked about their 18-point second quarter and wanted to have some carryover there. And obviously 18, 10, and 23 with a lot of late baskets there. Did a great job in the second, third, and fourth quarter, but just wanted to carry over from the second quarter. We felt like they were getting too many points in the paint. They had 16 in the first quarter, and finished with 32. So we wanted to lock up the paint, make them beat us with jump shots, and that was the focus. Yeah, it wasn't really a players-only meeting. We had a team dinner scheduled way before anything happened. So that was planned for some weeks now. And we gave the players their time before the coaching staff and everybody else came down. So they had about 30 minutes on their own, but it wasn't anything scheduled. It wasn't anything scheduled by them. It was what we already had planned. And like I said, we gave them time to enjoy each other first before we came down 30 minutes later.
Ime Udoka, as the coach of the Boston Celtics, obviously delighted with that victory for his team against the Orlando Magic. Is still very new in the league, so learning on the job, as we said. He's been assistant for long periods. Now he's in the saddle, and you know, is going to learn from it. One thing is very certain, is a very intelligent basketball person.
Yeah.
Basketball person. Let's put it that way. Coach as well. So
and the fact that his interaction with the players, you know, there's just this player management relationship that he's got with all of them, which is really helping them. Hopefully they can continue with this win. Okay, let's look at those players who put up some numbers on the night. Top performance from the NBA, and there's so many, Tayo.
Just
I mean,
the
you have like
them,
five, it's
like
much, like 3 or 2. That's when it's not much. So you have like 5 players on that
all stood out, all ended up on the winning side.
From 13 points,
it's only right.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look at the top performance.
Fred VanVleet,
okay,
33, 3 and 6 for the Raptors in their victory as well. Next up is Jalen Brunson for the first time appearing on this list. 31 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 assists. A much-needed assist for the Mavs, for Luka Doncic. Next up is, let's go on quickly to our next guy, is Kevin Durant, 32, 7 and 5 for the Nets in their victory over the Atlanta Hawks. Nikola Jokic, the Joker, is back. 34 points, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists for the Denver Nuggets. And last but not the least is Paul George, 32, 6 and 8.
He's
take a bow, guys.
Season so far.
Wherever you are, guys, take a bow. Take a bow. All right. Okay. Let's get on with the show now, Cecilia. Let's talk some chess. Let's talk a lot of chess.
Yeah, a lot of chess, right? Well, the National Championship is going to be in Lagos. Yeah. And, of course, as we mentioned earlier, we'll be having a comprehensive preview of that. But before then, I mean, something happened in Bayelsa where
stuff.
A 9-year-old was actually rewarded. Those are some of the things we'll talk about, you know. You look at these stars and you say, okay, when they win something, I mean, reward should be there to encourage other players who want to actually emulate them and go ahead. Now, Bayelsa-born 9-year-old Deborah Pickpen, I mean, she's a Nigerian champion, an African champion of chess, was awarded a scholarship by the governor of the state. This is a great thing.
Awesome, awesome, Cecilia. We can see this young girl, or this girl, 9-year-old, never in her life would have thought she would have had the opportunity to shake hands
with the governor.
But because she's so good at chess, she's managed to achieve that, and it's awesome, fantastic gesture coming from the governor as well to a scholarship that's going to take her throughout her educational career. So that's just awesome, and we love it. This kind of stories we like.
Oh, of course. I mean, not only that, a 4 million naira cash also given to her.
Come on.
So this, I mean, when you look at this. And this is something that sports can really do. I mean, sports is the only avenue you can actually get to reach whatever you want to reach. I mean, your dreams, your aspirations, everything, just get that. Well, let's listen to the governor talking about this.
Let me, on behalf of the government of Bayelsa State and the good people of Bayelsa State, welcome you back home and give you a very big congratulations. Congratulations, Deborah. You are a worthy daughter of the state. And having started on this beautiful note, your government, the miracle governor, the miracle deputy governor, and the miracle government of Bayelsa State will support you. We pray that you will move from glory to glory. We pray that you will win more laurels for your country. And you will be an ambassador of the youths in Bayelsa State. You will be an ambassador of the youths in Nigeria. And from today, you have been appointed as an ambassador of Bayelsa State youth. And your appointment is in your academics. I hereby announce that your academics should be followed up with the game you already know how to play. And therefore, they have to choose a school that has both academics and sports, particularly chess. They have to choose a school for you, be it in Nigeria or outside Nigeria. And your state government will from today take over your expenditures. It follows, therefore, that you have been awarded a scholarship by the Bayelsa state government. From your secondary education to your university. And because you and your parents and our sports department did what they did without even approvals from the state government and tried as much as possible to represent this state and this country, I hereby announce an award of 4 million naira to you. And this is with immediate effect, and that 4 million naira has to be released before Friday this week.
All right, welcome back to Channel Sport this morning. 4 million naira for playing chess. That's massive indeed. We're still talking chess. This time around, we're now being joined by Mr. Lekan Adeyemi, who's the Vice President of FIDE. That's the governing body for chess worldwide. He's also the immediate past president of the Nigeria Chess Federation. He's also an international arbiter. Good morning. It's great to have you on the show.
Good morning, Mr. Salami. Good morning, madam. Good morning, viewers.
Yeah, awesome stuff there coming from Bayelsa. You were all smiles while you were listening to that, watching that.
Yes, because I am very delighted to be part of the success story of Deborah Akwipe.
Okay.
I took her to Namibia in 2019 December for this same tournament.
Wow.
She performed a bit above average. But now I also took her to Ghana when she won this event.
Wow.
I'm very delighted. That,
Awesome.
chess and Deborah is getting the recognition that she deserves from Bayelsa State government.
Wow.
I'm also happy that the governor recognized the effort of also the National Chess Federation and also the sports authorities in Bayelsa. I'm delighted.
Awesome stuff. All right, Cecilia, let's just go to the main reason why you're here.
Yeah, of course. It's had to do with the 2021 National Chess Championship that will be taking place in Lagos starting November 8th. Yeah. So that's on Sunday. Yeah. So, which is a good one. I mean, you have the list
Monday.
of the Monday. List of players that were released earlier. You know, about 10 men,
and 10 women. Yeah.
Also, you have two on standby. Of course, we have the current national champions, all of them also taking part. So, are we really ready for this?
Well, yes, we are ready. The National Chess Championship, hosted and organized by Orchid Lekki Chess Club, has been underway for over 1.5 years now. And I think they have, in spite of the COVID pandemic disruptions, they have ample time to prepare. And I'm sure that we had briefings from them a month ago, and they are very ready to start on Monday.
Wow. Everything is set for the championships to start on Monday. Awesome. What is going to be different about this particular championships? It looks like it's looking like a special one indeed compared to previous ones.
Yeah, there are so many things that are special. For the first time, my administration that ended a few months ago considered the hosting to Orchid Lekki Chess Club.
Okay.
And with the view of integrating partnership. We couldn't do it alone. What we were doing then wasn't as big as this. And they came up and said they could do it better. I said, fine, let us give them the chance to do it. And from what is on ground now, they've raised a lot of... The prize funds, we have about 5 categories.
Okay.
And the prize funds about 12 million naira.
Wow.
That hasn't happened before in chess. The maximum we've ever had was 5-6 million. And this is like double of what we used to have. So that makes it very special. The last one we had was in Iwo. That was sponsored by the International Chess Federation last year, March. And that wasn't as big as this. Like I said, that was just in the neighborhood of about 2-3 million. So
this is a big deal. It's a big deal.
Exactly, it's a big deal. And of course, it can only grow bigger.
Okay.
So we are happy that this is happening by I mean, it's the result of a partnership. We will say public-private partnership between the Nigeria Chess Federation and Orchid Lekki Chess Club.
Okay, awesome. So from the names that were invited initially for these championships, are they all going to be a part of it? I mean, the top chess players, the absolute top in Nigeria, will be a part of this competition?
Yes, the structure is this. 10 players, according to ratings, we have national, international ratings. 10 players were invited from both the male and the female category in a closed tournament. They're going to play, we have 5 categories actually, but we have the closed male, is invitational, the closed female also invitational. Okay. Then we have the opens, that is open to everybody. Then we also have the juniors, and we have the blitz event. So we have 5 categories. But the real national championship is in the closed.
Okay.
Yeah, that ensures that the best players in Nigeria they are coming around to play and to give us not necessarily the winner, but the best player.
Indeed.
So we're going to be having,
carry on.
You know, players like Akintoye Deborah, which is current national champion for the women.
She won last year. Pelomo, Jessica, a lot of them, Kemoza, Shewasa, many, all of them.
All of them are coming.
It's going to be a tough competition, having the top stars around.
Indeed, yeah, of course, that's what sports is about. Chess is a sport, right?
Yeah, sure.
Competition is so important, and we're looking forward to seeing how this is going to pan out, and hopefully it all goes according to plan. Cecilia.
Yeah, obviously, that's the hope. I mean, we're still seeing pictures of, you know, Deborah Quickpen, who went to Ghana for the African Youth Championship, and she was able to, you know, win something, 8 points, and course one of the top stars, you will say.
I mean, for someone like Deborah, obviously, she'll be looking forward to getting to this level eventually, where she's going to be able
Deborah
to play.
became the youngest female title player in Nigeria.
I think that's the story I was going to ask. That's the question I was going to ask you next. Maybe she's the youngest.
Youngest
she's 9
title
and
player.
To African Youth Championship, which is really great.
Okay, Cecilia, let's just go away now. Let's go and join our other guests still on the National Chess Championships. I'm talking about Martins Aman BP, this time around joining us via Zoom. Good morning, Martins. It's great to have you on Sports this morning.
Yeah, good morning, Salami. It's a pleasure to be here.
All right, Salam. Okay,
anyways.
Okay, let's just talk about these championships where you are definitely you're hosting this particular competition. Tell us about that.
Oh, Salami, I tell you, this is a very good time for Nigerian chess. For us as Orchid Lekki Chess Club, we are trying to set the pace. And what we are doing is to actually model what's happening in other parts of the world, like the US. You know, and replicate it here. So it's just purely a simple model, but very effective. We think we have thought it wise that partnership with the Nigerian Chess Federation will begin to give us a roadmap to commercializing and popularizing chess. So that has just been the dream. So for us, you know, the incentive that we look out for is to actually make chess a very viable sport by introducing very attractive incentives so that professional chess players can be able to earn a living, you know, all year round by playing chess. So basically, how to do that is to actually get brands and get the right partnership and synergies to make this happen. So we are also very delighted with the turnaround in the NCF and what your guest, Mr. Lekon Ademi, which is the FIDE Vice President, is doing with the new NCF leadership. They have actually opened the doors for partnership like this, and that has paved the way for us as Nigeria's most popular club to have such privileges and opportunities to grow the sport.
Awesome, awesome stuff. I want to thank you, Martins, for joining us on the show, and I wish you guys a fantastic championships indeed. Thank you very much. I want to thank you as well to Mr. Lekon for coming on the show. All the best for the championships on Monday. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you as well. We need to go on a break now as the first one. When we come back, we'll be delving straight into the UEFA Champions League. We've got an analysis of all of the games that were played last night. Join us again. Welcome back to Channel Sport this morning. Damilolo Onifade has now joined us. Together, we'll be doing a comprehensive review of all of the games that were played in the UEFA Champions League last night. Dami, good morning. Always a delight to have you on the show.
Yeah, good morning. Pleasure to be back here too.
Indeed. All right.
Okay.
Last time you were around, Sissy wasn't back, but yeah, Sissy's back. Anyways, it's all good. Let's take a look at some of the games that played in the Handball Premier League finale, right?
Yeah, the final
before
games.
we go into the UEFA Champions League.
Obviously, so just run through the results for you. Starting with our match day 14 for the men. Match day 14, you have Kada Stars and Confluence Stars. It was 27-30. Plateau Vipers already relegated 25-26 against Lagos Seasiders. They lost by just 1 point. Riemann Strikers and Kano Pillars was 19-29. That's a whitewash. Okay, Niger United and Safety Shooters, 19-26, another whitewash, you would say. For the women's side, you just had 2 games decided on match day 14 for the women. Flipping over, you have Bayelsa Queens and Plateau Peacocks. It was Plateau Peacocks winning by just a point. And also the other game, Edo Dynamotes and Adorable Angels, it was 23-21. That's how it ended in the handball championship in the Premier League. Okay, let's leave handball now and, of course, talk about the big one, which is the UEFA Champions League. Bada Akintunde Johnson, of course, today is Thursday, so he will be joining us via Zoom to also talk about the UEFA Champions League. Bada, good morning. It's good to have you join us.
Morning, guys. Good to be here as always, especially the morning after some of the most incredible games you see on TV. UEFA Champions League always serves up exciting moments, and last night didn't disappoint.
Didn't disappoint.
Did not disappoint. Yeah, some shocking results. But let's just take a look at the results from last night before we delve into the big ones. Of course, we're going to be talking about Liverpool and Atletico Madrid, which was more like the biggest game on the night.
Of course.
Group A, we start with that.
City.
Man City and Club Brugge. Ryan Sterling, okay, found it. Know how to score again. So it was instruction on this one. And PSG. And they thought they had won it late winner equalizer from Leipzig. And, of course, they couldn't get all 3 points from that one. In Group B?
Yes, in Group B it was Porto and AC Milan ending 1 apiece, while Liverpool, of course, defeated Atletico Madrid by 2-0. Group C is got Sporting. It's Lisbon. They defeated the Besiktas by 4-0, while Borussia Dortmund were beaten by Ajax 3-1. 3 goals in the final 18 minutes of that game gave Ajax all 3 points. And last but not least, in Group D, FC Sheriff, they lost at home against Inter Milan, while Real Madrid defeated Shakhtar Donetsk by 2-1. Karim Benzema with the 2 goals in that game. All right, let's just go straight to the chase. Bada, let's talk about the big match of the night, Liverpool and Atletico Madrid winning, going head-to-head, and it was Liverpool that eventually prevailed in that game. And as a result of that result, they are through to the round of 16. Fantastic performance from Liverpool, job done in the first half.
Yeah, Jurgen Klopp knew that they had to be switched on for 90 minutes plus. In the first game, the reverse fixture, we saw how Liverpool stormed to a lead, but then Atletico Madrid found their way back and scored 2 goals through Antoine Griezmann. Also remember that it was Atletico Madrid that ended Liverpool's title defense or Champions League title defense when they came to Anfield to beat them, which was the first time in a very long while that Liverpool was losing at home in Europe. So Jurgen Klopp, Diego Simeone, no love lost, as they say.
No
Diego
lost.
Simeone still didn't shake his hand.
Wow.
Still very upset about what I don't know. But on the pitch, Jurgen Klopp was the most, should I say, the winner. Yeah, the big winner on the night, because his tactics were spot on. They started like a house on fire. The quality of the passes and the movement, especially in the final third, Salah and Mane looked razor sharp. And it was no surprise whatsoever that they took the lead. Trent Alexander-Arnold has to be one of the best crossers, if not the best crosser of the ball in Europe. Served the first on the plate for Diogo Jota. The second one also on the plate for Mane. The quality of both deliveries, absolutely stunning. The accuracy of those deliveries, how difficult it is to defend, where it puts the ball in no man's land, puts them in the sort of area where the defenders and the goalkeepers do not know who own the zone, and they don't know who to mark it. And because the pace on the ball is so quick, so fast, no one reads it quicker than Liverpool attackers, and that's why he keeps creating chances for them. And once they stormed into that 2-goal lead, they always looked favourite, and then Atletico's course wasn't held by the red card. Once they got that red card, there was only going to be one winner. Second half was a procession. They added. They thought they added a third when I think Jota again scored, but it was chalked off. Yeah. Atletico also, got a goal that was chalked off, rightfully so. But on the night, it was some sort of an anticlimax because we expected two teams that would serve up another keenly contested game like they've done in the past. But this one, there was only one team in it. It was Liverpool from start to finish. Now they've progressed, and Jurgen Klopp can focus more on domestic matters in the coming weeks. We saw how they let what looked like a short 3-point slip against Brighton over the weekend. And Chelsea is beginning to open up what looks like a small gap, but can grow. Yeah, so now that they have, secured progression, they can start to maybe ring the changes. Yesterday, they actually did ring the changes. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain came in. They also had another player in midfield who normally doesn't play because Milner and I think Henderson were missing. We even saw Origi. So already the team is already taking the kind of shape that we will see over the next 2 games. Fringe players playing more in the Champions League. Salah and Mane will keep their shirts because they thrive on playing every week, every match day and scoring goals. But in the other departments, there will be changes for the last 2 games. And these guys look sure favorites for the title again. Sometimes when they are their best, this Liverpool team looks very, very scary.
Yeah, it is indeed. Onifade, let me ask you, Bada mentioned that the game did not live up to what we wanted. Something really, how do I put it, kind of you sitting on the edge of your seat. After the first half, we didn't see that in the second half. Do you think the Felipe red card contributed to us not seeing that, kind of a fight from Atletico Madrid that much?
I think so. I think the red card was the cause of whatever we saw in the second half. The competitiveness of the game. Of course, Liverpool was already leading at the time. And when Liverpool is flying, even with 11 men, you probably have to do more than flying. When one of your wings are now clipped with a red card, you can understand the difficulty of the game. Now, for me, the second half, it was more of damage control. Even if we cannot get back into this game, it shouldn't be a whitewash on the night. And I think, if anything, that's probably what Diego Simeone was able to achieve yesterday. But the defeat was confirmed from the moment Liverpool went ahead.
Yeah, spot on. Jurgen Klopp, very happy man this morning.
Obviously. Let's listen to him now.
Yeah, from pretty much all other points of view, it was a good performance. It's an incredible group stage so far. I wouldn't have expected that, obviously, when I saw the draw. Nobody would have expected that. Doing that is pretty special. But for tonight, job done. But we all know, there are 2 games to go, and we will try everything to win them as well.
2 games to go, all about winning everything. I believe Liverpool just want to win everything. 100% record at the group stage. They move into start playing the round of 16. They already through to the round of 16 with that spectacular performance against Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, indeed. Okay. It's the first time they're actually winning the first 4 matches games in the Champions League group stage campaign. So that's awesome. Awesome stuff. Let's get on and move on to, we're still going to stay in England, right? And talk about Man City against Bruges. Expected results, even though the first half was a bit tricky. Yeah. Ended 1 apiece, but second half, City went into another gear, and there was really no stopping them better.
The only reason it was tricky, Tyre, was because City didn't take their chances, and again they got undone on a quick counter. The first 11, 15 minutes were played not in the half of Brugge, but in their penalty area, actually. And the first foray forward, they scored a goal, an own goal, for an unfortunate one from John Stones, because Bernardo Silva was trying to make a clearance. The ball bobbled and hit him on the head rather, and went into the goal. But City were just not just one class, but several classes above Brugge. There was only going to be one winner. They were flowing. The quality of the passing was sharp. The movement was crisp. Everything we've come to like about City was present yesterday night. The Brugge team just couldn't live with them. They helped themselves to. I mean, they could have scored more if they wanted to. At some point, it seemed like they were just, playing around,
cruising,
keeping the ball. Yeah, keeping the ball and just knocking it around and having fun. Sterling came on, scored. Gabriel scored. Foden scored the first one. It was a, should I say, the sort of perfect dress rehearsal for the Manchester Derby that Pep Guardiola would have wanted. So, they never stood a risk of not winning that game yesterday. It was top quality stuff. And the kind of performance that they needed after the disappointment last weekend against Crystal Palace. Defensively, still a little bit of worry here and there. At least we know for a fact that Laporte won't be playing that game against Manchester United. Last night, Diaz was rested. Stone came in, scored an own goal. But overall, they kept the ball. They knocked it around quite nicely, except for when Brugge broke and scored. They looked secure when they lost the ball. They were able to control the opposition's transition better last night. Gundogan worked really, really well, worked really hard in the center of the midfield. Grealish, the wide players also tucked in and did their fair bit of defending. And that's what Pep Guardiola wants to see. Of course, they will score a lot of goals, as they always do. But the problem has always been, especially in the last few weeks, the number of goals that they've been conceding. Even in the Champions League, they've considered quite an unusually high number of goals. If you compare this campaign to the last campaign, I think the number of goals they considered now is probably what they considered at the quarterfinal or semi-final stage of the last Champions League, and that must worry Pep Guardiola. But last night's performance was regular run-of-the-mill stuff for Manchester City. It was dominant. They bossed it from start to finish. They scored quite a number of goals. It could have been more. And I think they'll go into the Manchester Derby in fine fettle, confident mood. And if they produce anything close to yesterday, United would have to play really well to get anything out of that game.
Obviously, it's going to be like that.
Indeed. Dami, quick one on Riyad Mahrez. Was on target as well, too. But I just actually saw before coming on air that 6 out of his 14 Champions League goals have come against Club Brugge. They must hate the sight of him right now.
You should actually play them everywhere. That's one of the things you can't define as or explain
why
in
does that
football.
happen?
You just have this opponent that once you play against them, you just get the goals and then you have your best performance against them. But for me, I think City is having a different kind of season compared to last season. I think last season...
They're not consistent.
Yeah, I think last season, their season was defined by their defensive display, usually under Pep Guardiola.
Yeah.
I think what we are seeing now is a bit of the regular Guardiola team, not really the best defensively. Unfortunately, this time, their season might be defined by the number of goals they score. They are creating the chances, but they are not scoring as much as they should. And I think at some point, they will play some games, even again, I mean, we've seen it a couple of times already this season. That they will create the chance, they will still lose. Why? Because the opponent will just score the odd goal and they will struggle for the rest of the game. And I think that will, not necessarily their defensive performance, but how well they take their chances might define their season.
Interesting.
All right, another game that's going to get us talking is a PSG and Leipzig. I mean, you expect a PSG team, though without Lionel Messi, but you have Kylian Mbappe and all the top stars there. But then it just didn't happen. It was a late one. Very, very late. 92nd minute penalty. Dominic, I mean, that's the name of the player who got that penalty. And then Donnarumma tried as much as possible to get it out, but they were so close, but no cigar. And then the celebration as if they've won was ludicrous.
Disappointing in the
final whistle. But I thought they could have killed that game because Gini Wijnaldum got the 2 goals for them. Kylian Mbappe, of course, got one of the assists. But after that?
That's a game of different... there are different times in the game that both sides could have won it. If you remember, less than 15 minutes before VAR, Leipzig could have been 2 goals up. Less than 15 minutes into that game as well. So they had a poor start. In the course of it, they probably picked themselves up. And then towards the end again, they went to bed. For me, This PSG team is a team that is just playing with the names yet. I think so far this season, I've not seen anything special about them.
Pochettino's talked about needing time.
Time to do what?
Okay.
So all of these players can, gel and play together.
Bada, Pochettino needs time. I mean, we saw this PSG team last season, or 2 seasons ago, with the current coach of Chelsea, that's Thomas Tuchel. And we're seeing the PSG team with Messi. Though Messi wasn't here, we expect an improved team, knowing that they have so many star players coming into the team. And it seems Pochettino can't just get it out to get these players to start, winning, or really, I mean, being the PSG that everyone expected. Because when we saw the Galacticos that were put together, because that's the way we can refer to them right now, we're thinking, okay, no team will be able to beat PSG. But PSG looks so ordinary.
So first off, Cecilia and Tayo and the other guy in the studio. Dami, yeah. If you don't already know, let me tell you. Picking Pochettino as replacement for Tuchel was not enough good. It wasn't, like-for-like quality. It was actually a step down. It was a step down. And, sooner than later, the powers that be at PSG will realize what they made and fire him. Not only is the team not gelling, at no point in time have they looked convincing, even on the front foot. They score goals, yes. They are 8 points clear in the league. They're in second place in their group or something in the Champions League. I mean, if you look at the results, it will look like maybe it's not panic stations yet. Maybe we're overreacting. But if you remember the very first game in this group, it was PSG versus Brugge. And Brugge looked more like PSG. Yep. They were running rings around PSG all night. And it always comes down to the individual quality of the players. And if that was it, then they might as well give me the job. They don't need, they might as well give me the job. If you're going to need a superstar player. Yeah, Donnarumma, like Dami said, had to pull off a save. That was the turning point in that game that kept them in it, actually, because had Leipzig gone 2-0 up, they would have been up against it that early in the game. They're just all over the place. You can't say this is the definite system within which they play. And for an Argentinian, it surprises me. He doesn't even have an idea what to do with Lionel Messi. Since Messi came floating around, he can't find a definite way to play Messi in a way that he has the most impact on the team positively. And those are the sort of recipe or ingredients that, ultimately culminate in disaster for a team so expensively assembled. Last night was another proof that this guy is not going to be able to take PSG to the level that they want to be at. They want to be like City. They want to be like Chelsea. They want to not only win trophies, but win the big trophies, playing the best football. Unfortunately, Pochettino is not the man to deliver that.
Awesome. All
right, that's what it's looking like right now. We need to go on a break, but when we come back, we'll be talking about Real Madrid and also Antonio Conte joining Tottenham Hotspur. All right, you heard from Hugo Lloris, that's the captain of Tottenham Hotspur, talking about the coming in of Antonio Conte and the fact that it's going to give the club a proper structure. But before we let you go, on this one, Antonio Conte at first rejected this club, and now he wants to be there. The former coach that was sacked had just 10 games to prove if he can be the manager.
How many games will Conte get?
How many games will he get to steady the ship? Because this ship is really sinking, especially the way they capitulated against Manchester United at the weekend.
First thing, Antonio Conte is a self-actualized man. He knows himself very well. He knows what he wants. In spite of the pressures from his friend, who's now, I think, football director at Spurs, he said no to them in the close season because he knows Daniel Levy. He knows that the man only thinks about himself, doesn't really care about sporting excellence, doesn't care about the fans. And, I imagine that the only reason he considered taking the job in the middle of the season, which is quite at variance with how he behaves normally, is because he had secured assurances as to some of those things that he would want to change. And Lloris couldn't have put it any better way. The man is a proper football man who's a solid tactician and technician. he's going to set up the team with a definite structure. We saw when he won the league with Chelsea in his first season, played with 3 at the back, 2 flying wingers, converted Victor Moses to a wing back. Marcos Alonso on the other side, it was a massive success. You know, the way he executes his playing plan, you've got to buy into it or you're not playing. One of his interviews has been making the rounds on social media, had him telling Henry that if a player doesn't buy into his plan, he'll kill him. And, you know, he didn't mean it in a literal sense, but everyone gets what he means. These Spurs players better be ready to run faster and harder than they've ever run in their entire careers. Better be ready to, you know, to dig in and find from their reserves the energy levels that you require to play in a Conte team or be out of the team. So in terms of work ethic, discipline, organization, all of the things that were missing clearly with Nuno Espirito Santo, you're going to find all of them back. He's a proper football man, like I said. The work on the training pitch will increase, it will improve. The playing philosophy will be better translated, and you will see it not just on the training pitch, but on match days. They will become more organized, and going forward, you will see Harry Kane activated, Son activated, because there'll be a plan as to how to get the ball to them, how to you know, supply them with all of the chances that they need to create and wreak havoc for the opposition. So they may not go straight away and win trophy in the first year. I doubt that they will win any trophy this year, but Spurs will challenge. They probably will still finish in the top 4 because they are not far off. So it's quite surprising because I thought he would have waited for the United job, but he knows what he knows. He signed an 18 or 15-month deal to hedge his bets a little bit in case Levy starts to move mad. He can, you know, get out. Anthony Conte will do well.
Okay. All right, but I want to thank you so much for joining us again this morning.
Thanks for having me. Always a pleasure.
All right, quickly, Penny, for your thoughts, you were just looking at, what's...
Conte. I think the team will play better under Conte. But I don't think they will make the top 4.
No, that's a tough one.
I also don't think they will win any title. I think at best, because I don't think the quality is in that team.
I was going to talk about the personnel.
I don't think so. But I think for Conte, I think the team will play better. You'll see an improvement. Maybe their best bet will be to retain their slot in the Europa Conference League next season as well.
Wow. Well, you're not as excited as...
Because your face, when I was looking at your face, I'm like, what's this guy?
I mean, a lot of Spurs fans... a lot of Spurs fans actually believe the coming of Conte is taking them like...
Well, maybe that might change a little with the right investment by January.
By January.
There's got to be investment.
But it's a difficult time to buy very good players.
And especially now when you're dealing with Daniel Levy as well.
So let's leave Conte and see the excitement if it's going to start this very weekend, right?
We'll see.
Look at the papers now. I'll start with Sporting Live. Sporting Live right here. Osimhen trains alone, undergoes personalized training. What's happening? Did he get a knock or something?
No, it's getting better. He's recovering from the last injury. So,
okay.
We'll see.
Okay, Dakar and combo will strike fear, Elliot. That's the game against Sparta Moscow.
Yeah, they combined effectively in the last game where Dakar scored 4 goals.
And Iheanacho 2 assists.
2 assists, yeah.
See if they can do that again against Sparta Moscow tonight. That's the Europa League.
Same opposition.
Same opposition. Ndidi is our rock. That's according to Brendan Rodgers. Okay. Kane excited by Conte's appointment. Of course, he will be.
Okay, I'm going to ask you about Kane. Kane obviously did not get the move in the summer, right? It looks like he's just giving up on the team.
I think that's the first job. That's the most difficult job for Conte, at least within the next 2-3 weeks, to get Conte into a position where he wants to play for the team again. Okay. His body language is not.
It's not good at all. Okay. I'm talking of someone that was a top scorer and the top assist player last season in the Premier League.
Under Jose Mourinho.
Yeah, under Jose.
Sporting Sun, okay, quickly. Osimhen asked from Europa clash because he's recovering from injury, so he's not playing. Emery rejects Newcastle's job. This is the best decision you've ever made.
Makes sense. Complete Sports is the last paper for review. Arsenal overtake West Ham in a Onuachu race. Arsenal, West Ham, Onuachu. That's very interesting. Ziyech ready to play key Chelsea role, of course. Manchester United planned summer move for Holland.
Okay.
Let's start to access Ndidi, of course. Ndidi changes agent, Barca open to selling Coutinho.
Don't change your agent and go to
and get a big move, right?
All right. Nikade, Damilola, thank you so much for coming on the program.
Yeah, it's a pleasure being here again.
Appreciate your time. Thank you all for watching as well. Enjoy the rest of your day. I am Tai Salam.
And I'm Cecilia Mogbe. See you tomorrow.